Jedi has spoken. I want everyone now to come to every black actor and actress in Hollywood. Oh my God. That should have value for all of us. This studio represents Africa, and he should have been saying on all of them. On this place, period. Well, now Tyler is there, who produced all projects for television and film. Don't show up at his gala. Tyler Perry, what does that mean? That's the big thinking, everybody. What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. And I first want to say, I hope that all of you took me seriously. Or seriously, as they say, the Jamaican brothers. I hope you all took me seriously with the links that I included in my last video. That you went and watched the video of Dr. King's speech about the other America, and the two that I linked on Her Excellency Arikana Chihambori Kwa. As I always say to you, I'm not interested in demanding your audience ever unless I have something of value to impart to you. That's why I'm on this platform. That's why I exist. If you're not here, I don't need to be here, everybody, because I'm not someone who seeks popularity and attention and self-aggrandizement and fame and all that stuff. It's not important to me, you know. And proving my character on just that statement, I would just add, I've shared with you guys that back in the day I did a lot in the around the peripheral, I'll say, of the entertainment industry. I taught dance for many years. I've been in movies. I've been on television. I've had celebrity friends. You know, I sing. I'm very talented. I play violin. I play French horn. I play keyboards. I've gotten out of more limousines than I can count, and I've been on more stages than I can remember. A lot of humanity has seen me in my lifetime, the short time that I've been on the earth. A lot of humanity has been exposed to me. And before I restarted this channel, my old channels, my biggest one, I was well over 4.5 million views on the channel, 2,000 videos, 23,000 subscribers. You know, I've mentioned that because, you know, you can see where you're viewed and where your subscribers are. And, you know, I was in 26 countries in Africa, etc., etc. So if I was somebody who was seeking any of that stuff, my content would be different. And everything about me would just be different, you know. But I came on this platform when I realized this was a place that I could reach my people. And what an effective way of reaching my people, because in my everyday life, for most of my life as an adult, certainly, when I engage with my people in person, certainly my brothers, sisters are more apt to listening, you know. Even if they not feeling what you're saying or they don't agree with it, they'll hear you out, you know. And they're more willing to learn. But brothers begin just reciting rehearsed, learned stuff that I'm over, and I know they don't possess knowledge. They're just reciting and regurgitate, etc., etc. So why this platform also became a good avenue for me to reach you is because you can't interrupt. You can stop the video, you know, and never watch me again. That's fine. But you can't interrupt. And I always have believed, and I will believe until the end of time, even before there was such thing as YouTube and social media and all this stuff, I always have said to people in my life, I said, if you ever come across somebody that you are arguing with, or you feel don't listen to you, or they're not a good listener, or something like that, or they interrupt, or they're just waiting to speak, they're not really listening, write them a letter. Write them a letter. Because when you write a letter, they can't interrupt. You know? So it's a very effective way of communicating. And the difference here is that, you know, you chose to click on my videos over the years that I've been on here. You chose that. You saw maybe the title, the picture, something made you click on it, and then you watched it, you know. And then my job is to then enrich you with something that will be good for your life and not just a bunch of nonsense, you know. Any of you that have subscribed to the channel, it's because you subscribed on your own. I never put up the big subscribe and all of that, because I just feel like if I see those videos too, you know, all over, they're everywhere on YouTube, people saying subscribe, subscribe. And I don't. I only subscribe to channels that something that they've said, or I like the content, and I'm looking for more of that, or hoping they'll produce more, or I'm trying to follow that person, etc., etc., you know. So no amount of putting up subscribe signs will make me subscribe, you know, and I feel like that you are the same way. So everyone who is here has subscribed because that's what they were inspired to do based on my content and what I'm presenting and who I am, you know. What I do ask is that you thumbs up the video, because I'm guilty of not thumbs upping videos that I watch of people and I really enjoyed the video, I learned something from it, you know, maybe it was a how-to or anything, you know, certainly a how-to video, you know, like I fixed stuff on my car or found out stuff from watching somebody, and then I didn't remember to thumbs up. I got something from that and saved some money, you know, so I thumbs up, you know, so I will remind you to thumbs up, because I think a lot of people, it's not that they didn't mean to thumbs up, they just didn't think about it. So I need to do better about reminding my people to thumbs up the video, you know, definitely thumbs up, because that's that you watched it and you liked it, you know, so definitely do thumbs up the video. All right. I came today, there's so many things, you guys, I've been making like a little list. When inspirations come to me, I used to be in the habit of keeping a little piece of paper on me, or something quick to write, or something, and somewhere I got derelict in my habit, but inspiration is always coming to me, and I'm always filled with passion. I have no deficit of passion, trust and believe. But sometimes inspiration comes to me and I don't write it down, and then I don't retain it, and so I don't remember it, you know. So I've been writing down some things, but this kind of created itself because this JUICE Wrld person, hold on. So this JUICE Wrld person, who I never heard of in my life, because y'all know I'm not a hip-hop fan at all, but I defend my people no matter what, and no matter where, or no matter what it is they do, you know. And that's just out of my love for my people. You know, I've said to you, even though I'm a Muslim, I'm aware that the majority of my audience is non-Muslim. You know, even if you're not a Christian, I know that most of my people are not Muslim. But I always tell you, my point of connection with you and my love for you will never be because you are a Christian, because I don't value that, and it's something that I have absolutely identified as a problem on the psyche and the character and the progress of our people, you know. So I will never respect that, but I will always love you and respect you as my brothers and my sisters, period. Because we are Africans first. You know, I knew my skin was melanated long before I knew anything about theology and divinity and religion. You know I'm an African. There's no debate about. So, though I'm not a hip-hop fan, this is still my brother, and so therefore I defend and am concerned. We've learned, and that ties in because I didn't know the two were going to come together this way. I never know anything, quite frankly. I always tell you guys I speak from the heart, and I only speak what is revealed and what is inspired upon my soul by the universe. That's it. That's it. You know? And so I didn't know him, and I haven't seen this Queen and Slim movie. So Jedi, how are you up here doing a video about a dude you don't know and a movie you never saw? It will come from the universe. It will come from the universe. That's it. That's it. That's your answer. All right. Reflect on that. Anyway, so what really got my ire up is because I kept hearing about this guy, you know. And I just thought, why am I hearing about him so much? You know, if I don't know him, even though I'm not a hip-hop fan, usually I hear about people. Certain names I would know. I just know them. I don't know them, but I know their name. I've heard the name, you know. This guy I never heard of. But it appears that he had been racially profiled because he's a young African rapper flying around on private jets. And there was a backstory that he had been, of other times he had been in the same situation on a private jet with a crew and all that stuff, and the feds, you know, sort of pounced on him, and in those cases, I believe most, if not all of them, he was let go, and it was like a non-issue. But I just mentioned that to say that there is a backstory, and then this. But apparently what happened is the pilot, and I say any lawyer worth their salt could make a case against the pilot and the private jet company that was chartering him, because he didn't own the private jet. He was a paying customer. And all of the information says that the pilot is the one who alerted the authorities to restricted items. That there was guns and there was marijuana. First of all, let's be over the marijuana thing, especially white people. Let's be over that. It's tired and it's old. You're trying to use marijuana as the big ha-ha when it comes to African people, yet white people are now benefiting billions and billions, hundreds of billions of dollars all across this country off of marijuana, while many of our brothers and sisters still languish in prisons for jail sentences over small quantities of marijuana. I don't care how much he had. I think they said he had something like 10 pounds or something like that. So what? So what? You know, it's kind of, for me, especially marijuana, even though I don't like the stuff, I don't like the smell of it, I wish it didn't exist. But alas, I support it fully because, and I would support it before I support alcohol and synthetic drugs and things like that, because at least it is a thing that naturally grows on the earth. It occurs in nature. And there's all kinds of history behind it. It goes back many thousands of years, really, the use of this plant in all kinds of ways. And I think that, you know, I think the same way about it is I think about profanity, you know. Like, I use profanity because for me, profanity purges my rage and my anger, you know. It's like somebody that just did something really bad to you and you're supposed to stand there and say nice things to them. No. Either I'm going to hit you, I'm going to cuss at you. Like that, one of those has to happen. Because that's how I purge purge. I need to purge that energy off of me. And it's better for you if I do cuss, because if I cuss, I'm less likely to hit you. You see? So, but I mention that because who decides that words are profane? Who decides that? Who decides that a word is profane? You know, it doesn't matter how we use it. Who decides that a word is profane? I've always wondered that in my life. Why is that a cuss word? Why? Why? Why is that a cuss word? Why? Why? You know? And it seems arbitrary, really. You know, you could make any word a bad word. You know, and it's kind of like with this whole N-word business. I will use it until my head is cold. You understand? But I will also not tolerate any person who's not black using it in my presence and not suffering a consequence. Do you understand me? That will not happen. Because there are millions of words on the earth, millions of languages, and white people only have decided that this one word is a problem just because they can't use it. And as Chris Rock said, the only I believe this even before he said it. So it just echoed what I felt and thought and think. They only have a problem with it because it's the one thing that white people are being told they're not allowed to do. And they don't like being told they can't do something. And everything is always a competition with them. So if somebody else can do something, they always, well, how come I can't? Well, why do you want to? You see? So don't ever defend the N-word to these damn people. When they bring it up, you say, why are you concerned about it? You're not even an African person. Why are you concerned about it? Why do you think it's a bad word? Well, you can think whatever you want to think, but that's not going to make you an African person. You don't have any. This is not even your gate. So we don't have anything. We don't care what you think. We just don't care. We just don't care. Stop giving them power that they don't have. That they don't have. You understand? They don't have power, you know. And I'm someone who maintains my power. No one, hear this, no one on this earth is greater than me. No one. No one. And certainly no white person is greater than me. No one is greater than me. No one. No one. Except for the one that created me. That's it. No one is greater than me. I don't care what their economic status is or what they got going on. It doesn't matter. No one on the earth is greater than the Jedi. No one. No one. No one. I claim my own power. You understand? And I set my own worth. And I'm aware. You understand? So, to me, this is the same thing. The arbitrariness of cuss words and this this marijuana thing, because it's like, well, who decided that was something bad? You know, because the fact of the matter is that white people knew nothing about marijuana. So when I talk about it going back many centuries, this don't include them, you see. And then you go back to when it became sort of a, I don't want to say a recreational thing, but I don't have a better word. So just whenever you can go back and look and see when it was just in our communities. You know, my father used to call it reefer. And they always had to come to black neighborhoods to get this. We were the people that had it. They didn't know anything about it. We've been using it and everything, and they knew nothing about it. And then when they did, they had to come to black people to get it. So that's the only reason why it's been an issue. Why they were so slow to even legalize it. You know, liquor is legalized because, again, everything is always about figuring out how they can keep us out of it monetarily, you see. Same thing here with YouTube. You know, same white devils doing the same devilish shit. You will allow the public to monetize, but we'll make sure black people can't. We'll monitor them so they can't make money, you see. There was just recently on The Masked Singer, I don't know if it was this season or last season, but they had some YouTuber guy that was one of the masked people, you know, and I see these YouTubers popping up different places with television shows and everything else, and it's never anybody black. It's never anybody black. And yes, they always make sure there's one or two of us that they include just so they can look like that it's not a problem, but we always know their intent is racism, period. So such was the case with liquor. You know, how many black people do you know that own liquor stores? You know, how many black people you know run distilleries that make liquor or beer or any other nonsense? You see? So they're fine with that being legal because we don't have a big market in that, you know. And so that's the case with marijuana. You know, they are okay with it being legal once they tried to figure out, well, how could we do it? But they boldly went ahead and began legalizing it across the country without forthright letting people out of prison who were in jail for nonviolent drug offenses. Dr. Phil was recently on something that I saw, and he says he's against marijuana. But he said to the sister that was interviewing him on this radio show that he goes, I'll do a trade with you. He goes, even though I'm against it, if you want to tell me that they are going to open up the jails and just let those people out and clean their record completely, then I'm willing to trade that and be for marijuana being legal. So I thought that was fair, you know. I mean, you know, because the bottom line is we should have already have been, if we were in my perfect world, no dispensary would have been allowed to stand without being burned to the ground until our people were let out of prison. You understand? We would have been at every city council meeting in every state saying, I dare you to legalize this without releasing our people in this state. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. I always tell you, we can't let our behavior and how we respond to things be predicated on what they write as law or as a rule or anything. We have to go on what we feel in our hearts and what we know is right and what will get result. You understand? Forget all that marching and chanting and singing shit. We're over that. I always tell you, if you're not affecting somebody's ability to take their next breath or their wallet, you're not going to get any result. You won't get anything. You won't get anything. It's like that bully at school that takes your lunch money every damn day. As long as you let him do it, he's going to do it. No, that's a punk right there. You let me take his money, I'm good. So that same bully you will deal with him every single day until you say, no more. No more. Wait now. I got stuff jumping and I don't know why it's jumping. Anyways. We know that, so that then, in this particular case, when this JUICE Wrld person, I'm over these rap names too, there's nothing creative about them. You know, they're very, like they don't say anything, you know. Anyway, that's a whole nother video. But apparently when they went on to the private jet to execute their arrest or whatever they were going to do, or search, apparently he was trying to down a bunch of these Percocet pills, and then he went into a convulsion. They gave him this stuff that's supposed to reverse that. Twice they gave it to him. He was revived, and then he just went out, and he was no more. You know, and again, the duality of they're still looking for weed on black people, but they're looking at all kinds of ways to help white people that are dropping dead from these damn pills. And quite frankly, it's not the pills that's killing them. You know, it's they abuse them to get, because white people have always since I've been on the earth, they do shit just for what they call a rush. Like they just do dumb shit just because of the rush. You can see YouTube videos of jumping off a building and crashing into something, or they slide down a pole, or they run in front of a train, or they do some just stuff that no other humans on earth do. They do it just for the rush of it. And this is right up there with that. That's why they're most prone to addiction and all that kind of stuff. Because they just take everything on earth too far, quite frankly. So this is no different. And what happens is, when they can't get these pills anymore, then they turn to heroin. And that's how most of these people are dying. It's heroin. It's not the pills. It's not the pills. Shout out to Lisa Cabrera, because she has done, I don't know if she's still doing it. I don't get a chance to get to your channel. I don't know if you've been watching me, but she was for a while there doing a lot on the opioid crisis and all this. And, you know, her work provoked me to do a lot of studying and reading of my own, and to fill in some blanks and stuff like that. And so it's from that place that I speak and tell you that it's not really the pills that's killing these people. You know, they're doing other stuff, you know. And then also on top of that, they don't just take the pills, they have to crush them, and they have to snort them, and they have to do all, and shoot them in their veins. And it's all just white people taking shit too far, like they always do on everything. On everything. They take everything too damn far. They just do. You know? Meanwhile, in their medical books in this country, it says that black people are more impervious to pain. We have a higher pain tolerance than white people. I'm over it. So you break a leg in a skiing accident, you're going to get an ibuprofen. If you get that. White bitch breaks a leg in a skiing accident and she gets Percocet and Vicodin and the list of stuff that killed Elvis. You see? Wow. Recently I had blood drawn. You know, it's near the end of the year, and I always like to know where I'm at medically with just everything, you know. Just when you think about longevity, that's another video, Jedi. You're getting off subject. Anyway, the phlebotomist and I, she was a sister, but she was very conscious. And anyways, we were talking about this very thing, you know, about the difference. And so I don't know how we got on the subject, but we were on that. We talked about how in the medical books it says that we have a higher tolerance for pain. Also says that we have a lower lung capacity, and all. It's just, I mean, on and on. We are not like them. And you need to think about that when it comes to your medical care. I always tell my doctor, you need to treat me as an African, not as just a patient and the stuff that you've read in your medical book. No shade or disrespect to your learning and your schooling. I mean, he's a doctor, for God's sake. But I'm still an African. You understand? And so you need to understand that. That I'm not the same as them. I'm not. Damn it, I'm not. So, this is how this guy died. But as I was going to make the case, that then I could see a legal action by all parties involved, making it a class action, really, against the pilot and the company that he worked for, because he's their agent, acting on their behalf, being paid. So therefore, he caused this, because the death of this rapper is precipitous of his action directly. Because under the law, what is common sense, or what most people would believe are rational, is what the court will take into consideration. So therefore, most people would believe that were it not for this phone, him alerting the authorities, that this guy would have landed and gotten off the plane and did whatever he was going to do the rest of his life. But you made a phone call. You alerted the authorities, and that precipitated his behavior after the fact. Therefore, you are guilty of at least manslaughter. At the very least. At the very least. There's a lawsuit here. There's a lawsuit here. There's a lawsuit. There is a lawsuit. There is a lawsuit. There is a lawsuit. To back up that point is the fact, like, I'm not the only one that knows this, that there is a lawsuit. Because every single article that I found on this kid was, the family says he had a problem, the drug addiction, the mother came out, the family knew, he was addicted, it was addicted. This is all to put your, hear me my people, when the Jedi speaks, you learn, or there's no need for me to speak. Now, the reason is to deflect you to him. Look over here, the shiny thing. It's the oldest magician trick in the book. Ooh, see what I'm doing over here? And poof, it's a dove. But every article was his addiction, his addiction, his addiction. I'll just read you random. Juice WRLD's family breaks their silence following rapper's death. Addiction knows no boundaries. That's from People. Chicago, I don't know which one of these we're going to read. Chicago Sun-Times. Juice WRLD's death. Rapper's mother acknowledges his drug use in first statement. In first statement. TMZ. Juice WRLD's family speaks out on death and addiction struggles. Huh? Again, I always tell you, white people are collusive. I wish we were. So, none of these, that was TMZ. The next one I'm reading is Yahoo. And all the other ones I read. None of these people called each other and said, this is going to be the headline. They are collusive. You understand? So why is it that we as a people, we share the same struggle, we should have the same reaction? If I'm feeling it, you feeling it. I don't even need to call you. I already know. My brother is down with this. My sister's down with that. We already know. You see? But all the headlines. Yahoo, Juice WRLD's mom speaks out following rapper's untimely death. Vibe. Juice WRLD's mother breaks silence in emotional statement on his death. E-News. Nicki Minaj honors late Juice WRLD's emotional billboard speech. Okay, fine, whatever. Alright, she didn't really count, but we had to get this sustained anyway. This is the New York Times. Juice WRLD and the crisis of SoundCloud rap era fame. Hype Beat. Juice WRLD's mother releases statement on rapper's passing and struggle with addiction. I could keep going. One more. This is from Spin. Juice WRLD's mom speaks out after his death. Addiction knows no boundaries. So they had the same title almost as People. People's headline was family breaks their silence following rapper's death. Addiction knows no boundaries. You see? So this is to divert. And well, he had a problem. That's why. Not what I argued earlier, that his action on this private jet and this moment was precipitous of the actions of the pilot. That's where you need to focus. I tell you, I'm always here to shine the light, everybody. If I don't have something new I can bring, or a point of view that has been offered to me and gifted to me, I should say, by the divine, the energy of the universe, the ancestors who possess me, my grandmother who raised me, my father, all these things. I am a sum total of my life's knowledge gathering when you see me speak. You understand? And so I know what's out. I know what's going to be out there. I don't have to watch anybody's video about this. It will be not this. This is the only place, and I say not braggadociously, but just acknowledging my gift and my uniquity. This is the only person, the only entity you will see saying this that I'm saying in this piece, as it regards this rapper's death. You understand? You got to shine the light. I always tell you, you got to see the bigger picture, everybody. The bigger picture. But you got to know your enemy, your environment, and your condition. And you must always cast yourself in the society as a third person, a visiting entity, a guest, because you are unwanted, leftover cargo. You understand? That's what you are as an African person in this nation. Leftover, unwanted cargo. Unwanted cargo. You see? So I'll just click on any one of these. I'll just pick, well, I'm from Chicago, and so we'll just click on Chicago Sun-Times. And so while this is coming up, I will just buttress my point to say that, so that they understand that that there's a lawsuit to be had. They know. They know. So let's turn it all to, well, he had a problem with addiction and it knows no boundaries. And so who cares what happened on the private jet? He was going to die anyway. This is right up there with, they always blame the victim after one of us has been murdered. So this is manslaughter as I argue it. So again, keeping with their theme, his death was his own fault. It was, well, it was even his mother speaking out. Well, look, there's his mother. She's speaking and she's saying it. You see? Juice Wrld's mama acknowledges his drug use in first statement. All right? This is Chicago Sun-Times. Shout out to the Chi-Town South Side. As he often addressed in his music and to his fans, Wrld battled with prescription drug dependency, the rapper's mother told TMZ. Right. The mother of the late, and I may edit this picture in that they've used for this article. I may. There may be a break in here and you may see a picture. I don't know. The mother of the late Homewood rapper, Juice Wrld, again, anyways, issued a statement Thursday acknowledging, today's Friday by the way, acknowledging his dependence on prescription drugs in the wake of reports that he may have overdosed on a high-powered painkiller as law enforcement officials searched his entourage when they arrived Sunday at Midway Airport. Hear that again, my people, because it's the crux of my argument. You understand? The mother of the late rapper issued a statement Thursday acknowledging. So acknowledgement is confession, really. It's agreement. I always tell you, there's going to be reconciliation without acknowledgement, right? So the word, again, there's a writer, an editor, and a publisher. Words don't just appear on pages, everybody. So he issued a statement Thursday acknowledging his dependence on prescription drugs in the wake of reports that he may have overdosed on a high-powered painkiller as law enforcement officials searched his entourage when they arrived Sunday at Midway Airport. Now, we know as African people, when we just see police lights behind us, we have palpitations. Huh? Any interaction by us with these people is a terroristic event. That's why they are our Al-Qaeda. They are our Bin Laden. They are our Hamas. They are our Mujahideen. Anything you want to speak of. They are Boko Haram. You understand? So, he's not unaware of this. He's not immune to this reaction. They pass you going the opposite direction. You looking to see if they're going to hit the brake lights to come back for you. We know this. You understand? This is our experience. And nobody gets to dictate to us our experience. You understand? So, just that he may have overdosed on a high-powered painkiller as law enforcement officials searched his entourage. So, we're to believe that they're searching everybody, he's just sitting there overdosing. Not believable. It was knowing that they were present. You understand? And oh, by the way, these painkillers have an effect on your central nervous system and on your breathing and your heart rate. Introducing now law enforcement into that. Not to mention the physical effects on the body of pressurized cabin. He's just been flying in a private jet. The change in the body pressure and all that stuff once you land. Now you add this to that, and oh my God, he's having a seizure. You see? And at some point there had to be cardiac arrest, because people don't die necessarily of a seizure. It's your cardiac. Eventually, your heart. When your heart is over, you're over. You see? So the attempt now, my people, is to switch your attention to, well, you know, he just had a problem with them painkillers. And JUICE Wrld, you know, they took out JUICE Wrld too. And that's what you're supposed to stand your simple ass around saying. No, the Jedi has spoken. And what I'm saying to you is no. Your conversation needs to be, you know, it was that pilot that should be called in for manslaughter, because his actions precipitated the death of JUICE Wrld. That's the truth of it. You understand? I was saying we're not concerned about opinions and feelings. You see, we care about the truth. Whatever it is, and no matter what the source. You understand? A Klansman can stand on my front lawn, burning a cross, and say something truthful. I go, damn, that was the truth. I have to acknowledge it before I take his head off with my AR-15. You understand? But gotta at least acknowledge the truth, because the truth is everything to us. The mother. Okay, wait, we read that now. Wait, wait now. Yeah, I knew they were trying to trap me into clicking on something. The death of the multi-platinum selling artist, born Jared Anthony Higgins, sent shockwaves through the hip-hop world, with fellow rappers and fans quickly sending condolences on social media. They're bringing you into that sympathy state now, you see, so you can't focus on the truth that the Jedi is bringing you. That's why I'm here to clear the fog. It's about, and everybody was reaching out, and all the celebrities, and it was just such, you see, shockwaves through the hip-hop world, with fellow rappers and fans quickly sending condolences on social media. In her first public statement Thursday to TMZ, Higgins' mother, Carmela Wallace, said the rapper's family loved Gerard, I think, J-A-R-A-D, Gerard, with all of our hearts, and cannot believe our time with him has been cut short. As he often addressed in his music and to his fans, Gerard battled with prescription drug dependency. See, Wallace told TMZ, addiction knows no boundaries. And either does white racism. They know no boundaries. They take everything to extreme, including pilots calling police on passengers who are paying a hefty ransom to fly on that bitch. I think it's at least $25,000 for a private jet flight one way. Addiction knows no boundaries, and its impact goes on way beyond the person fighting it, and so does white racism and white evil. Gerard was a son, brother, grandson, friend, and so much more to so many people who wanted more than anything to see him defeat addiction. Wallace said she hopes the conversation has started in his music. She hopes the conversation he started in his music and his legacy will help others win their battle, and that is what he wanted more than anything. Not a lawsuit against the pilot who was precipitous of his actions, therefore causing manslaughter at the very least. You see, oh my God. A police source told the Sun-Times that a friend of Higgins told authorities that the rapper had ingested several Percocet pills prior to his death, possibly to conceal them from local and federal police officials at Midway Airport. The Chicago Police Department said officers were called to the airport about 1:34 a.m. This is in the wee hours in the morning, Sunday, to assist federal law enforcement with quote, a private jet arriving at the airport which contained a large amount of narcotics, end quote. When officers arrived, they found the plane's passengers in the airport with several pieces of luggage. So they were already deplaned already. But let's go back. Chicago Police Department said officers were called, but not by who. They were just called. See what I'm saying? Much like these Christian folks that just stand up out the pews on a Sunday. You know, the Lord is calling me to preach. No, you ain't been to no school of theology or divinity. You don't know anything about religious history and anything. Set your ass down. You've not been called. Set. So I'm saying, we will get to you. But they were called to the airport to assist federal law enforcement. So then that means there was a previous call, because if the police were called to assist the federal law enforcement, who alerted the feds? You see, the pilot. The pilot is guilty of manslaughter, everybody. Understand that. Where officers arrived, when they arrived, they found the plane's passengers in the airport with several pieces of luggage. A drug-sniffing dog indicated narcotics were inside, and officers soon found 41 bags believed to contain marijuana and 6 bottles of suspected liquid codeine, police said. Just a second. Their call was about narcotics, not marijuana. That was found after the fact, according to this. So, the dogs come in, and they said the dogs indicated narcotics. Well, marijuana is not a narcotic. Not only that, but with everybody in the damn country being on prescription medication of some kind, this is an entertainer. When people travel, doctors are more likely to give you more quantity of whatever medication you're taking, from diabetes to pain to sleeping to anything, because you're going to be traveling. So you need more. What I'm trying to say is that just having the possession of these things is not a criminal act. You see? Because how do they know there wasn't a prescription for any of this stuff? Did the pilot say, you guys have prescriptions? You know, they might have pulled out doctor's notes. Boom, here it is. No mention of a doctor's note here, and I'm sure there won't be. You see? Because that's not what's important. You see? This is about tying it all into a bow and saying, well, he had a problem and it was his own fault that he's dead. So then they found 41 bags believed to contain marijuana and 6 bottles of suspected liquid codeine. Liquid codeine, so no pills. Police said. All right. TMZ reported Monday that authorities seized 70 pounds of marijuana. So what? It's legal in most of the damn country. So what? So what? So what? So what? So what? Three guns were also found on board. So maybe they were licensed to carry. They're just giving you, this was found. There's no backstory on any of it. 3 guns were found. So what? Because they're black, that means there was something nefarious about it. Philando Castile. Obeying the law and rules of being an open carry person. Simply let the white devil know. I have to let you know that I have a weapon on me, that I'm licensed to carry. Don't reach for it, don't reach for it, and unloads his fucking gun on the dude. We're having the wrong response to shit. The wrong. The people they show you a snake pit. This is us. They show you a snake pit and go walk over there. They're all poisonous cobras. Walk over there. And we walk our black ass right over there. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing as a people. I'm over it. 3 guns were found on board, according to police. And 2 men working as security for the rapper were charged. They are both due in court December 30th. Well, they were security, so they had guns. Why were they charged? Because no guns for Negroes. I have a whole video here on the channel. Go and watch it. Higgins, the JUICE Wrld, suffered a seizure during the search and was given a shot of Narcan, which is often used to reverse the effects of opioid overdose. He was then rushed to Christ Medical Center in Oak Lawn. Damn it, this damn thing. In Oak Lawn, and pronounced dead. The Cook County Medical Examiner's office said Monday that Higgins, his cause and manner of death could not yet be determined. What does that say to the Jedi? Listen, if it's an overdose, that's not difficult to determine. Blood will tell you the levels of opioid that was in his blood and his hair. And stomach will tell you the levels, and you know if that's enough to kill the person. They claim he had a seizure. But here the medical examiner said on Monday that it's incomplete or we haven't finished, so the cause of death could not yet be determined until more examinations were performed. He had turned 21 just 6 days before his death. I'm over it. I'm over it. But as I say, I demonstrated to you. I always tell you, the Jedi makes no claim that he can't back up. I'm not here to be impressive or sound smart or seem like I know shit I don't know. That's not me, everybody. And I'm careful with my audience. When you leave me, you should be fuller than when you found me. And you should be more enriched. But more than that, you should always sweep behind the information I give you. And then you can take that information, now own it, and proclaim that. And know what you're talking about. And by default, be the smartest person in the room, because everybody else will be fat and lazy intellectually. You understand? And sadly, they've not been exposed to me. But the whole purpose of this is to now deflect the attention now to, oh, look, he had this problem. It was all him. Hey, well, look, his mother's even speaking. She's saying it. Well, there's his mom. You see? And not that they were dragnetted. You see? That they were tipped off by this pilot. They didn't show up and he's having a seizure. He has a seizure when they get there. And they never mention painkillers. They say this liquid, what was it? Oh my God, this thing is just stuck, man. It won't slide. Mala suerte, mi vida, todo. Where was it? It's worth finding it. Come on, man. But now, before that, it said a police source, which we don't trust at all, said told us sometimes that a friend of Juice's, the police is saying a friend of his told us. We won't believe that. If they're speaking, they're lying. If they're breathing, they are lying. But he claims that a friend of Higgins told authorities that the rapper had ingested several Percocet pills prior to his death. But the medical examiner doesn't know the cause of death. So if he died there having a seizure, that means that there is no gestation going on. So the pills would still be in his stomach. Where are the pills, bitch? Where's the pills? Huh? Where they at? Where the pills at? You know what I'm saying? You got to get up early and stay up late to pull one over on the Jedi. This is why I tell you, you must spend long times by yourself, everybody. Wisdom comes in silence. I spend a lot of time alone. No television, no phone, no computer, nobody talking to me, nothing, nobody near me, nothing. Alone in silence. And this is where my greatest wisdom comes to me. Dissertation is given. Understanding, clarity, peace. You must have silence. I always tell you there's a requisite for everything. You don't just get anything. There's a price to be paid. And the price for wisdom is silence. Silence. You must get up early and stay up late to pull shit over on me. You understand? So when I'm reading this, I'm able to do a dissertation on this that offers us all something of value. Now, and I also always tell you about knowledge converging. So this is also a wealth of my knowledge converging across range of topic. You see, what I know about forensics and things like that. I've watched, over my lifetime, I've watched endless hours of autopsy and investigation and all this kind of stuff. So all that's converging now. The universe is giving me all of that. So now, a friend of his said that he saw, that he, or did not that he saw, it said that the rapper had ingested several Percocet pills prior to his death. Well, what's several? 2 or 3? That ain't gonna kill nobody. Prior to his death, possibly to conceal them from local and federal police officials at Midway. But then they tell us they bring in the dogs. Right now, a drug-sniffing dog indicated narcotics, were inside, and officers soon found 41 bags believed to contain marijuana, which is not a narcotic, so wrong dog, and 6 bottles of suspected liquid codeine. Excuse me. And the word suspected is there. 6 bottles of suspected liquid codeine. So they're leaving themselves room there to put in stuff that sounds nefarious so they can say, well, we hadn't tested it yet. We didn't know. When it's found out that it wasn't. You see, it could have just been Robitussin or some bullshit. You see, but liquid codeine, I'm over it. TMZ reported Monday that authorities seized 70 pounds of marijuana. 3 guns were also found on board, and I read that. Okay, fine. So there is a lawsuit here, everybody. There's a lawsuit. And sadly, I don't have any way to get a hold of the family or the mother and say, my sister, first of all, my condolences for the loss of your child. May Allah protect him from the fire. May he have space and light in his grave. And may Allah show him mercy, and may he be among those whom Allah grants paradise on the great day of judgment. Inna lillahi wa inna alayhi raji'un. And then I would say to her, but girl, you need to understand, y'all got some money coming. Because the fact of the matter is, this is all precipitous of the pilot. They don't mention who called the feds, because they say the feds are the ones that call the police to assist. I don't know why the feds would ever need police to assist them. It seems like it goes the other way around. The police need the feds to assist them, but whatever. They are cloaking, indeed, the identity of who called the feds. But it's already been let out. That's why I even know it. That the pilot is the one that alerted the authorities. The feds. You see? So, there is a lawsuit here. There's a lawsuit. There's a lawsuit. That's what you need to focus on. Don't go away from this talking about this brother was addicted to narcotics. You go away from this video saying this brother's death was caused by the pilot of the plane, and that therefore and thusly the pilot and the company that he was an agent for and working on behalf of are now culpable and responsible in the manslaughter of this young 21-year-old brother. That's the damn story. Do you understand? That's the story. And speaking of lawsuits, I am preparing and trying to make happen a lawsuit myself against YouTube and Lonnie Love, because I did a video that she wasn't even the focal point of, but she is a public figure. She had rolled out her new boyfriend. I have my First Amendment right to make commentary on that, whatever my thoughts. And she admitted on international television that she was the one that had my video removed. So it wasn't because it was against YouTube policies or anything like that. It was her making a phone call. She says she did that. Because Tamara even said, you can do that. She goes, I know people, girl. So I know lawyers, bitch, and get ready. Understand that. Understand that. Because you don't get to, you know, to just exercise your, you know, if you don't want anybody to talk about your relationship, then don't be a public figure and don't reveal your spouse to the public. And I will re-release that video, and you will see that she wasn't even the focal point of my conversation. I use that as just the jump off, because the greater topic is about interracial dating and as a whole, period. Period. Listen, white people are responsible for the shit that we now have to think and do and say now. You know, because we're always having to respond to their nonsense. So, if my reality wasn't what it is, then I probably wouldn't have any issue with it. But these are still the same people doing the same shit to our people they've always done. And it's never going to be okay with me that you have any of us cozying up and canoodling up with these people. It's just, I just don't see how you do it. To me, there's no difference in that than someone who's been raped now moving in with their rapist. It's the same damn thing. It just is. There's no way to get around that. It's the same thing. And just as psychotic as that would be, so is this. So is this. So is this. You understand? You know, if you want somebody, and then you got money and fame like her, you can search the damn earth for an African person that's compatible with you. That will never fly, because compatibility means there has to be something similar to those two things. There's nothing similar between a black woman from Michigan and this white man from wherever he's from. There's nothing there that's the same. Nothing. Anyways, I just mentioned that to say that there is a lawsuit to be had. There is a lawsuit. I've just been trying to pinpoint the right attorney that handles this, that understands this specifically, and then that's what will be the execution, because there's a lawsuit to be had here, you know, because, and it's not just for me, you know, this society runs on celebrity culture now. So every time somebody says something about Rihanna, she can just call up Instagram, or she can just call up such and such and say, and just use her power to step on somebody else because they don't have a voice. Nah, bitch. Not today. Not today. Not today. Not today. It's just that her arrogance now. And by the way, had I been white and saying those things, she wouldn't have nothing to say, but she's with Massa now. So anybody that speaks against Massa, she has to run her ancient mama ass out to defend, you see, and step on her brother. Well, you got the wrong one, sister. You got the wrong one. You got the wrong one. Because I am the Jedi. And I don't fear your fat ass. I don't. I don't. I don't. And you need to learn a hard lesson. You need to learn a hard lesson. You understand? And the lawsuit also includes YouTube, because this was somebody then acting on doing this for her, but working as an agent for YouTube. That person should have said, nah, I can't do that. You may not like what this person is saying or agree with their views, but you don't have any right to call me up and tell me to shut down their video. When there's nothing in there that is against our policy or guidelines or anything. But they did, so now they made YouTube culpable too. Alright? So, like I say, I'm just waiting for the right attorney, and then I definitely intend to execute this lawsuit. Not a question. Not a question. And she even cited the name of my video, she cited the timestamp, and it's clearly me. And I also saved the clip from television. I recorded it from television on my phone of her making the statement about this. She was talking about me. It was me. Alright? The only thing she left out was saying it was the Jedi. So that's what's up.
All right.
So I tie this Juice World thing to this Queen and Slim movie, which I've not seen. I've only seen the trailer, because both of them speak to a larger point for me. And let me just stop and say this, you guys. This is so random, but when I said, "What's up, everybody? This is Jedi," I was just doing a test. I was just going to do a test to see what the lighting looked like with this, and I just started talking. So I just felt I wanted to share that with you. Like, this wasn't supposed to be the video yet. I just started speaking. Anyway, I tie these in with each other because they're in the same wheelhouse, really. Because though I've not seen Queen and Slim, its premise is a traffic stop. And in this traffic stop, in the trailer, the white devil cop says, "You failed to use your turn signal." And then the main character Slim goes, "Oh, my bad." He goes, "Can't you step out of the vehicle?" Every rage and fire and homicidal thought in me went up. This is just the trailer, so you know I can't see the movie yet. And it was so like that's what happens right now in 2019, you see. While Lonnie's fat ass is laid up with the enemy of our people, you see. This is happening. We know that this is just, it's not even about the turn signal. Not that he didn't have a turn signal, it was out. He failed to use it. And so instead of just giving him the ticket or warning him for the infraction or something like that, no. Now you need to step out of the car and there has to be an FBI investigation. That's what happens to us, you see. And essentially that's what took place with this Juice Wrld person, because had it been Guns N' Roses or somebody like that, or some white band on the plane snorting coke and throwing back liquor and all of it, we wouldn't even know the story. But because it was a young black African person, this was a problem. And no doubt the pilots were white. No question in my mind. Because this is the actions of white people. It just is. It just is. This is the actions of white people. This is the actions of white people. This is the actions. And so, it's kind of like a Thelma and Louise and a Bonnie and Clyde type of story, because of its content, really. But why I think I already love it is because it speaks to something that I say and think. That we have, if we want something that we've never had, we got to do something we never did, everybody. Police brutality is just one thing, but it continues. It's one of the many things that continues because we have a docile reaction to it. If they know that we're not going to unleash hell on the perpetrators and indeed the entire fucking country, it has and will continue. That's what's real. That's what's real. What do you always hear their politicians say? We don't negotiate with terrorists. It makes us look weak. Or how dare you go and talk to so-and-so when they're a dictator? Like, we have to maintain our position of our position, of the clout and how we present, you see. When beady-eyed Bush stood on the rubble, the dust, after the American government, blew up the Twin Towers in 2001, he said, and the people that took down these towers will hear from all of us soon. They didn't mean they were going to pray for them. They were sending army and hardware to do damage. You understand? So, that's how we have to think as a people. We got to be over these little frigid little responses to shit. We have to be. We have to be. We have to be. And many of our people indeed around the earth are waking up, especially on the African continent. They're realizing these people, we too nice. They depend on our nice, while they are nothing but savage. You see? You don't take a butcher knife or a butter knife to a gunfight. And that's what we've been doing, essentially. That's what we've been doing. I wanted to read you something on this Queen and Slim because I thought it would be relevant. You guys know I don't ever read anything in advance. I don't know what it's going to say. I see a title. If it fits with the inspiration that I'm getting from the universe, then I go, okay, then that's a candidate. If it's relevant, then we go with it. If it's not, we get halfway through. We go, no, this isn't saying what I thought I was going to say. Okay, never mind. This doesn't go. Whatever. All right. So Queen and Slim director Melina Matsoukas claims Golden Globe voters refused to watch her film. That obviously provoked me because it was more white evil and a white response to a black movie where we actually fought back. And without even seeing the movie, I would suggest that, because there always has to be a happy ending or some white revenge. So I would suggest, without having seen the movie and don't know anybody that saw it, that somehow they don't prevail in the end. I'll be very shocked if I'm wrong on that. But I suspect I'm not. And so here you have this director, this Melina Matsoukas, says the Golden Globe voters refused to watch her film. Director Melina Matsoukas didn't bother to set her alarm for the Golden Globes, announced Monday when she woke up on 9th of December to the news that her movie, Queen and Slim, a powerful drama about a young black couple forced to go on the run after a fatal encounter with a racist cop, hadn't received a single nomination. She wasn't surprised. You see, let me also point out that even just from the trailer, we know that both the actors in this film are very chocolate people, and we love that. We love that. We love that. Also, let me put up a picture now of the four, just because I was going to mention this in another video, but I'll just mention it now, even if I don't go into detail. I want to put up this picture. You have Miss Teen, USA, Miss USA, Miss America, and Miss Universe, all African women. And particularly Miss Universe is my favorite. She's from South Africa, and she's a stunning woman. Just on her own, dude. Like, just, my God. Ugh. But I'm going to do a whole piece on that because we don't need their pageants, and anyways. But both the actors in this film are chocolate people. And from what I've seen from the trailer, there's a lot of passion, sexual passion between them. And I love that. That it's a black woman is the object of a black man's desire, and a black man is the object of a black woman's desire. Like it seems like it's over the top even. Like to the point where it would make me sick normally. But I suspect that that's, at least from the trailer. They have a way of putting trailers together to make you think the movie is something that it's not, but I don't know. Anyways, so we love that. She'd already been warned by her team that the membership of Hollywood Foreign Press Association, comprised of about 90 international journalists who vote on the Golden Globes, had skipped multiple screenings of Queen and Slim that had been set for them. Quote, we held 3 screenings for the HFPA, and almost no members attended, Matsoukas told Variety. For me, it's reflective of their voting body. It's not reflective of the society in which we live. It's not reflective of the society in which we live, or the industry as it stands today. They don't value the stories that represent all of us. And those stories are so often discarded and discredited, as are their filmmakers. I want to stop and say this. You know, this whole thing, Tyler Perry opened his own studio, and he has his own studio now, and oh my god, every fucking black person, every actor and actress in fucking Hollywood should have quit their jobs and broke their contracts and went to Tyler. And he should have been there saying, because remember, his studio is like bigger than three of the next three big ones combined. You consolidate that black power in one place, there's nobody on the earth that's more entertaining than us. You see? They do shit and they know it's going to be some backlash at the beginning, but then they know everything's going to be cool in a minute. So we need to do the same thing. You see? So they would have picketed after that. They would have been like, okay, we just do okay, fine. So eventually we would have won. So every black actor and actress in Hollywood, shame on all of them, they should have all said, well, now Tyler is there. And he should have been saying, I want everyone now to come to our studio. This studio represents African people, and from this place, we will produce all projects for television and film, period. That's the big thinking, everybody. Don't show up at his gala and, ooh, Tyler Perry opened his new studio. So what does that mean? That should have value for all of us. Oh my God, I'm going to do a whole video about that. I'm over it. Anyways, she added, it's extremely discouraging. It's extremely infuriating, and it just represents an archaic system that is full of people who don't value us. Well, you need to put a label on that. You see, it's an archaic system designed by white people that is full of white people who don't value black people. That's the way it needs to speak. You understand? Queen and Slim, written and produced by Lena Waithe, stars Daniel Kaluuya, the Oscar-nominated actor from Get Out, and Jodie Turner-Smith. The film has grossed nearly $30 million at the domestic box office. I'm really late. I haven't seen the movie, and it's already grossed $30 million. I didn't know when it came out. It seems like I've been seeing the trailer forever. It grossed $30 million at the domestic box office, outperforming analysts' expectations. A representative for the HPFA disputes the claim that members didn't watch the film. All voters had been sent screeners and could have seen it at home. See, he's really going to stretch it that far and give him the benefit of the doubt. Fuck that. If I don't think you've seen it, then you didn't see it. Period. And out of 90 people, I mean, they would know if somebody saw it. Somebody would say something, and this is supposed to be a powerful film. So don't give me that. What's his name? Definitely white and lying. What did it say? Just a representative. You know, and so they could have seen it at home. The HFPA maintains that Queen and Slim was in the conversation amongst the membership. The organization told Variety in a statement. Universal Pictures, which distributes the movie, declined to comment. I always tell you, they do their evil and then they have no comment. That's to a person, to an organization, doesn't matter. That's how they do stuff. The Hollywood Foreign Press, or the HFPA, encountered an avalanche of criticism this week for not nominating a single female director or screenwriter for the Golden Globes. This commission was particularly glaring given that it's been a banner year for female filmmakers. You know what? I want to stop and say this. I'm tired of people of any stripe putting so much weight on award shows and shit like that. They are people who don't even have talent. They're not artists. They're not creative people. It's like I decide I'm going to have the Jedi Awards, and I build a bunch of hoopla around it, and so that you want one now. Not realizing I'm nothing without you. The best thing you can do is be nominated for some shit and don't show up to get it. Just don't go. I promise you, if I was Beyonce or somebody like that, I would not be showing up at award shows. I'm not performing. I'm not showing up. I have concerts that I do, and I have records that I sell. I don't need to show up for your award show. I don't need to. I don't need to. I don't need to. I don't need to. So we give this power, again, it's, damn, so we give power away to people and entities that don't deserve it. I don't know what's happening now, y'all. I don't even know. Among those who failed to make onto, no proofreading went on here apparently. I'll read it again. Among those who failed to make onto the Golden Globes list were Greta somebody for Little Women. I'm not going to read all this. We don't need it. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. Queen and Slim is a story told uniquely through the lens of the female gaze. While the movie is Matsuka's first feature, the 38-year-old storyteller has spent the last decade as a Grammy-winning director of music videos from Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Jennifer Lopez, Rihanna. She's done it all. Okay, fine. Sources tell Variety that Universal Pictures tried to cajole the members of the Hollywood Foreign Press into seeing Queen and Slim, but after 3 different screenings, only a few of their asses voters had attended. One source puts the number at 4. Despite Queen and Slim's strong reviews, Matsuka's earned a graduate degree from the American Film Institute. Okay, I don't care. Blah, 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 Medal of Honors, da, da, da. Another source with knowledge of the studio's awards campaign notes that more than 60,000 individual DVDs were made and sent to various guilds and journalists, including the HPFA. It's possible that some Globe voters watched the movie at home, although studios can usually find out how the HFPA is responding to their movies by polling members. As a result of what Universal believed to be a lack of interest in Queen and Slim, the studio canceled a scheduled Globe's press conference for the November 16th, according to those familiar with the studio's process. The feeling was that there was no reason to ask the cast to talk about the movie since they didn't think voters had seen it. And then it goes on and on and on. This is a really long piece. It's War and Peace. I don't think I need to read all of this. Bottom line is, I'm eager to see this movie. And I hope it doesn't disappoint me. Because one of the things we see in the trailer is we see people, they're on the run. And so they're encountering different people, and you have different people telling them, we're proud of you. Y'all represent us. Like, they're revolutionaries. They're being seen as really, what's that word that I can't think of now? Anyways, they're just really heroic figures, for lack of a better word. Anyway, that's what needs to happen, because apparently the Queen is a lawyer, and when this traffic stop takes place, she is shot by the white devil cop, and then Slim shoots his white ass. Thank God, you see. And I always just say, if you show that you don't fight back, then you just, the bully will continue to poke and poke and poke, It goes back to those lunch counters. God bless Dr. King, but he was just absolutely wrong. He was just absolutely wrong, because instead of our people sitting at those damn lunch counters, and you can go and watch the footage, and you see them spitting on us, and calling us nigger, and physically assaulting us. White people are always bold in packs, never as individuals. And if that footage that our children today were seeing was of us getting up and clocking them and taking their entire jaw out. Then you realize, oh, I can do that too. I don't have to sit here and stool in my and make myself sick and stress myself out with hypertension and high blood pressure and heart attack and stroke. I can purge that. I can purge that. Indeed, the divine says to mankind, you're never to be the aggressor. So right there he's establishing peace. So if everybody was living by that, nobody would ever attack anybody. You're never to be the aggressor. You're never to be the aggressor. Never. So you'll never have Muslims attacking anyone. We just won't. But if you attack us, we don't turn the other cheek. Because that's not what God decreed. That came from the white man. Turn the other cheek and offer your other cheek. No, you're a dumb bitch and a punk. You see? You strike me, I strike your ass back. Then you don't strike me no more. You see? You don't strike me no more. Because nobody ever says, when somebody breaks into your house, open up all your windows from now on and unlock your door and leave it open. They say, you need to get some better locks. You need a security system. Maybe you should get a live security guard or something. You should do that. Maybe you could have a drone circling your house, 24 hours. Maybe you could do that. You see? They never say leave your door open and unlock your windows. They say you got to double down on your security. This stuff only comes when it happens to us. That we're the only people on the earth that are supposed to deny our natural reaction to bullshit happening to us. And I reject that all damn damn day long, and I don't give a damn who doesn't like it. Do you understand? Something I jotted down. With relation to this Queen and Slim, because Schindler's List was aired on television without commercials. It was a historic event because nothing on American television is aired without commercials, unless it's Schindler's List or Michael Jackson's Memorial. But I contemplated the thought that Schindler's List was aired with no commercials. And they're always don't forget. Well, there needs to be more movies aired that show black retaliation. Black retaliation. Because our kids don't even imagine that that's even an option. We have women to take self-defense classes, and we applaud them. You understand? So they can defend themselves in the event of an attack. Go and take such and such, take taekwondo, take karate, and learn self-defense, and they buy their mace, and they do it all, and they got their stun gun and all of it. But we're supposed to tell our kids how to say yes sir and no sir to a motherfucker that walks up to you that's a white devil, racist, with a gun, and he's licensed to kill you? Nah. Not on my mama. We should be teaching our children how to be warriors and how to defend themselves. Teach them you don't strike. You're not the aggressor. But you damn sure gonna defend yourself if anybody comes against you. Give a damn who they are. We're the only people denied our right to fight back. Our right. Do you understand? Our right. I don't want to get into this other stuff, you guys, because I really don't want the video to be that long. I don't mind it. Y'all know I don't really care about time. It's just that I don't abuse your time either. So if I don't need it to be that long, I just don't need it to be. And I think that some of this stuff I can give it its own just a due by not including it in this piece. That way this thought process is what you're left with. And that's what you marinate on. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll have another one that I'll probably another couple that I'll work on after somewhere over the next couple days or whatever. I do want to say once again, you guys, because I have to continue to ring this bell and keep this campaign at the forefront of your thinking. As I think I said in my last video, if you just want to put me on your Christmas list, I'm good with that. But I need everybody donating to this GoFundMe. The link for it is in the description underneath this video. Do not pass me by, everybody. I've never wanted anything more in my life or desired anything on earth more outside of my mother coming to visit me from the grave. I've never desired anything on earth more than this desire to move to Ghana, West Africa. It's all I think about. That and staying alive. I only want to stay alive so that I can move to Africa. Like, that's it. You know? And all that I know it will be for all of us. You know? I've had people say, you know, Jed, are you still going to do videos? Of course I'm still going to do videos. Well, of course, my whole thing is like, that's one of the whole reasons why I want to do this, so that I can beckon you to come, so that I can be that one who finally shows what needs to be shown, and for the right reason, you know. Oh my God, of course, like I will film every single second of my life, and I joked with one of my followers, I said I might even film myself going to the bathroom, you know. And I really wasn't all that joking about it, because my life will be a complete open book. Every single thing I do, I am filming it. Every step I make, every breath I take. No reference to the song. But I mean that. I mean that, because my soul longs for this, everybody. You know, I'm not going to start crying. But I will just say that, you know, as I've said before, this is for me a journey back into the womb. It's a journey back into the womb. To learn to be an African and my true expression as a man. You know, I don't go with the arrogance or of entitlement. I even hate that I will be known as an American. I hate that. But I think that once my people there see my character, because I know who I am, and I think that once they see my character, they'll realize I don't come with the American stench. I know that. I know how Africans respond to me here. You know, I can see they are disarmed and relaxed when they realize I'm not like that, you know. I'm just not, you know, my character, I'm not suited for this place. I'm suited for Africa. I'm suited for Africa, you know. I long for this so much, everybody. I long for this. I long for this. And I just mentioned a little while ago, you know, hating to be known as American. I want you to stop using this American, because you're not an American. We don't need that title. We're Africans, period, the damn end. You know, you don't go to China today and you just move in, you live in China for 10 years. You're still going to be known as the American. You will never be known as a Chinese person. You move to Japan, you will never be known as a Japanese. They will not. You would always be an American to them. It's only here that they want you to become this American thing. And there's no clout in that. There's no honor in that, even, quite frankly. Do you understand? Nah, it's overrated. It's almost déclassé, really. Because you're taking the shine off, you know. It's like you got a Bentley representing the African, and you put a smudge on it by saying you're American. That's the smudge. Well, why'd you just put that stain on something perfect? Ugh. You see? So I never refer to myself as American or African American. Fuck that. I'm an African and that's the end of it. Done. 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 Because Africa's a better place to be from any damn place. Or any damn way. You know? Africa runs circles around this and every place else on the earth, quite frankly. This is just a bunch of distractory stuff that you, because you have certain conveniences and things like that, you still have in Africa. Listen, there's nothing great about this place. There's nothing. This is the center of evil, the asshole of the devil. You know? The stockyard of evil. You know? This is not the spot, my people. It's not. Anyways, without getting off on that tangent, I need you. I need you. I need you. I need you. And we're powerful in numbers. Like I say, it's not that we've not had the donations, we've just not had the numbers. I need everyone to participate in this. Give what you can. And if it hadn't been for the people who have overcompensated and given more, we wouldn't be at the number we're at now. And the multiple donors that have made it just their business. They're just donating multiple times. God bless them. But they shouldn't have to do that. When the rest of you are sitting back and witnessing me the same as them, I'm the same value to you as I am to them. I know my worth. So I need your help. I need your help. I need your help. I need your help. So I need you to go and put whatever you can. If it's just $1, I need you to go and do that, everybody. Again, if it's Cash App, my Cash App ID is the Jedi 1814. If you're somebody sitting out there and you can't donate on GoFundMe and you can't donate on Cash App, whatever you want me to add or whatever app I need to download or whatever I need to do for you to donate, I will do that. Communicate it to me and I will do that. That's why I'm on Cash App, because somebody said to me, Jedi, are you on Cash App? So I added that so people could donate on Cash App. You understand? If I need a P.O. box, if I need a balloon to come to your house or an Amazon drone, whatever you need, you shouldn't need all this. Especially you, somebody who's been down with me for a long time, $1 or whatever you got. My character is known and it speaks for itself. My consistency is known. My character, above all, is beyond reproach. I need your help, my people. Go to this GoFundMe and donate what you can. The link is under the video. The link is under the video. I need your help. This is not a game for me. It's not a game for me. As I mentioned in my last video, I have a responsibility to myself to do this right. I have a responsibility to all of you who have donated and will donate, who want to see me succeed. I owe this to the ancestors to do this the right way. I owe it to my brothers and sisters in Africa to do this the right way. You understand? This isn't just about me. I'm aware of the shoulders I stand on. I say again, as Dr. Maya Angelou used to say, I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. Anything I do in life is never about me. It's never about me. It's never about me. It's never about me. You understand? This is my greatest dream, but this is not just for self. And I don't want December of 2020 to roll around and we're still not at the goal. That's outrageous. I've said I'm not trying to visit. If I was going to visit, I could probably just go on just the current donations and just go take a visit. I'm not visiting. The universe has always been clear when God speaks to me. From the littlest thing to the biggest thing. I've already been told you're not coming back. Because I know I will disrespect the blessing. If I go, I'll just go visit. I'll get on the ground, love it like I already know I am, and be like, damn, I gotta go back. I knew it. I knew it. I'll be kicking myself. I learned that at a very young age. Listen to the universe. It's always right the first time. That's why in my life, every decision that I make, everything I do in my life, I'm always killing the game and making the right moves, because I don't make a move without that inspiration from the universe. Nothing happens until I hear it. Nothing happens. And so the universe has already told me this. You're not coming back. You're not. It's not my intention. It's not my intention. It's not my intention. You understand? So, but I need your help, my people. So don't go past this video without thumbsing it up, and then go to that GoFundMe and put what you can. My last video, I don't know what the view count is on it now. I don't know. I think it's over 300. Where are, did nobody hear me? Did nobody hear my plea? Nobody heard my plea? Don't do me like that. Everything is electronic now. It takes 2 seconds to go and give $1 or whatever you got to give. You understand? Listen, if I can take my time to sit here as I have since 2014, and the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of hours that I have put in, looking for nothing in return at all. And now here I come and say, I'm trying to do this, I need my people. I believed in you, I need you to believe in me. That's what I need. That's what I need. That's what I need. Anyways, go and do that, everybody. Go do that. Go do that. And hopefully you will see this video on Saturday. And then I've been able to clear up some time in my schedule. So I'm hoping to be able to maybe, if I have something to impart to you, I'm hoping to maybe be able to get at least 2 videos out a week. You know, something like that. I try not to ever stack my people with a bunch of videos. You know, I don't want people to be overwhelmed, and I'm not just putting videos out to put videos out. I put shit out because I want you to consume that. So I try to give you time to do that. You know, go watch some of these other people that are putting out videos every 5 minutes. Those aren't for you. They're trying to stack their money, and they're just here for all the reasons that I'm not here for. Do you understand me? I am working with my audience. So that's why I don't just stack video, stack video, stack video. I give you time to watch the video that I've released before I release something else. Give you time to get to it and absorb it, and then, okay, now we're ready to put something else out. You know, I'm exactly what I say I am, everybody. Damn it. I don't have nothing to prove to nobody. You understand? My Maker knows all things. As God says, not a leaf falls from a tree without His knowledge, and He's aware of every pebble of sand on the beach. That's who is greater than me. That's who I'm here to impress, not anybody else. This is the Jedi.